Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is PancakePlays, and in today's video we're diving into one of the toughest bosses in the game, Jin Dahaad. If you've been struggling with his insane ice-based attacks and a terrifying ultimate move, don't worry, I've got you covered. I'll walk you through the best setup for defeating him, including item recommendations, ice resistance gear, and of course the strategy to avoid that devastating ultimate attack. So let's get into it. First things first, you'll want to prepare yourself with ice resistance gear. Jin Dahaad is an ice-based boss and his attacks will freeze you in place if you're not careful. To counter this, you need to focus on items and gear that will boost your ice resistance. Try to get your ice resistance level up to level 3. You can craft an ice charm to get 1 level. Also, the Hirabami armor set has 2 pieces, which gives a total of 3 levels as well. Or, in case you found a jewel for it, you can slot an ice resistance jewel in one of your armor pieces. Now for items, I recommend the following. You can bring a shock trap, although you cannot catch Jin. Bring a Firecaster, will always be helpful to get away from that ultimate attack. Power charm, armor charm, hot drinks to negate the cold. You can also bring cleansers to remove frost, although I did not happen to use it much. And use all the potions that you have. Mega potion, potions, ancient potions, max potions. With this setup, you should be able to tank a few hits without being immediately frozen, which is crucial for surviving the longer phases of the fight. Let's talk about his attacks. The key to surviving this fight is understanding his attack patterns and knowing how to avoid or mitigate them. Frostbite Slash. This is a wide sweeping ice attack that can hit you from range and has several variants. It's easy to dodge if you stay mobile. Just keep an eye on his animation and roll out of the way at the right moment. Glacial Slam. Jin Dahaad will raise his body and slam it into the ground, creating a shockwave of ice. This one has a big radius, and if you're too close, it'll deal heavy damage and freeze you instantly. The trick here is to stay out of his melee range and keep an eye on his windup. When you see him raise his entire body, back off immediately. Tail Attack. Jin will perform a tail attack when you are at his back. The tail will slam into the ground where it will remain stuck, and a frozen geyser will form and erupt, freezing you if you do not back off in time. Jin often does a vertical sweeping ice attack, and that is easy to dodge by sidestepping or rolling left or right. This also has another variant where Jin shoots in a straight line or targets the ground in front of him, creating an explosion. Glacial Paw Strikes. Jin often raises his left and right paw and slams it on the ground, causing a cone-shaped glacial strike. Make good use of the terrain. There are brittle ice pillars hanging from the ceiling which you can use to pull down on Jin Dahaad for some massive damage. Some other noteworthy attacks are Jin running in a straight line doing some hefty damage in case you get hit, and he does some bite attacks as well. In the later phases of the fight, Jin Dahaad climbs an overlooked pillar and starts shooting in straight lines. Avoid these by running left or right, but make sure you prepare to run towards the base of the pillar, or in any case close enough to pull down the pillar with your sling. After the third shot, Jin damages the structure, and you can pull the pillar down for some massive damage. Now, I noticed at some part of the face that the wall started to glow on the side. Try to lure Jin there, and you can also pull the side of the wall down on top of him, and will also do a lot of damage. Alright, let's talk about Froststorm, Jin Dahaad's ultimate move. This attack is a total game changer. When Jin Dahaad starts glowing and the ground beneath you begins to freeze over, that's your cue that the Froststorm is about to hit. The storm covers the entire arena, and the longer you stay in it, the more damage you'll take. If you don't escape in time, you'll be wiped out in one shot. You have exactly 15 seconds to get out, so this is the key moment in the fight. We'll cover how to avoid it in just a minute. Here's the most important thing you need to do to survive. Watch for the warning signs. When Jin Dahaad starts his Froststorm, he'll pause for a few seconds and starts to swirl, causing a storm. This is your time to get ready. If you're too close to him when the attack starts, it will be tougher to survive. As soon as the Froststorm starts, start looking around for giant ice chunks hanging on the ceiling, which you can take down with your slinger. You'll want to move quickly to the edge of the arena, as the storm tends to cover the center first, so getting to the outer edges gives you a better chance of avoiding higher tick damage. Pull down the nearest giant ice chunk that you can find and hide behind it. Here are some clips of me hitting the ice chunks and hiding behind them. Staying mobile and positioning yourself close to any of the giant ice chunks at the right moment can make all the difference in this phase. In case you do find yourself far away from an ice chunk, run to the outer edge while healing the tick damage you get from the storm and you might survive. You can also use a Farcaster to return to the camp in case you're not going to make it. And hey, what do you know, my Palico is useful for once. So, that's it. With the right setup, a solid understanding of his attack patterns, and well-timed escape from his ultimate Froststorm, you'll be able to take down Jin Dahaad with confidence. Make sure to have your ice resistance and don't get greedy with your attacks. And I hope this guide helps you out in your fight. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more boss fight guides. And feel free to share any of your own strategies in the comments below. Good luck!